Hey there, Danny here. Welcome to my ramblings. I want to tell you how I got all this wisdom and this knowledge. How I got here. To find my true authentic self and love myself. I want to tell you how I got here. So, the childhood was not all that great. That doesn't mean everything was horrible. And I remember the first memory that I have was I remember telling certain family members that I'm going to teach the world how to love. And I remember them laughing at me and kind of, patting me on the head and being like, it's okay. Yeah, okay, whatever. I knew that they were blowing me off. And I kept trying to tell them, but they wouldn't listen. Okay, so I'll shut my mouth. Not say it, but I was still a little cocky, because if they would say something, I'd be like, I'm telling you, I'm teaching the world how to love. And they'd just roll their eyes at me. And they would never believe me. I think that was when my soul decided we're going to start our walk with the Lord. And so this is where I would learn to just shut my mouth. Except for I'd throw my 2 cents in here and there because, well, it would irritate them. I know it would irritate them that I'd keep saying this. And I'd say it. I wouldn't say it for years because I just wouldn't. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, I'd pop it in and they'd be like, oh, shit. And I'm sure they all thought I was crazy. And that's okay. Because I really didn't care. Because once I started the walk with Him, I wanted nobody else's approval. I just wanted His. I wanted His approval. That's it. That's all I wanted. This is why when I would stand up for somebody that was being picked on or something else, I didn't stand up for them because I wanted to do anything other than make it so they don't have to feel that. That's just cruel to feel that way. And if I was going to actually stand up and say this, then I had to walk the walk. This was in grade school. There was a girl named Angie. She lived across the street from my cousin. And so I knew her situation was not the greatest. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but they didn't clean. She didn't have clean laundry. She didn't have clean clothes or things like that. Anyways, she wore shoes to school that came from a secondhand place or donation or something, and they were pretty beat up. So the other little girls would make fun of her. And when I realized that she was upset, she wasn't quite yet crying, but she was damn near. And I walked over there and I said I don't even remember what I said to all of them. I told them that what they were doing was wrong and that someday they'll pay for this. And then I drug her away and I sat down on they used to have these railroad ties that blocked off the pavement from the grass. We sat down on those railroad ties and I swapped shoes with her. She got to wear my new shoes and I wore her old shoes. And she was like, no, you don't want to wear these. I'm like, it's okay. I said, but I can't let my mom know that I'm doing this because she'll freak out. But it's okay. We can just do it in the morning when we get to school, and then you can run around in the nice shoes all day. And at the end of the day, I'll get my nice shoes back so that my mom doesn't know. So we did this. Not every day, but if she wore like when she wanted to wear a dress, when she wanted to dress up, she didn't, she said she loved to dress up, but she didn't, she didn't have shoes to wear. So she would let me know when she wanted to dress up. Hey, I want to dress up tomorrow. And I'd be like, okay. And the next day, no matter what, there would be a few times where my mother would argue with me and tell me that I don't need to wear these shoes to school, or I don't need to wear these shoes at school today, because we were just going to be indoors, so we didn't need to wear those shoes. I could wear these other ones. I don't know why she didn't want me wearing those shoes that day, but whatever. It was once. It only happened a couple of times, and I fought her. I fought her real hard. Mom, you don't understand. I have to have those shoes today. I couldn't tell her though why, because if I did, she'd throw a fit. So I would say, because my friend really likes them, and she always compliments me when I wear them, is what I told her. There were a couple of different ones that I told her, and she bought them for the time being, but I don't think she believed me. I thought she did, but I don't think she did. But I think although she didn't, although she knew what I was doing, she respected the fact that I knew her. That's the part that my mother did. She knew, damn, my daughter knows me. and I think that kind of caused tension between us, because she knew I knew. So I would always, I didn't want her feeling that way, so I would always swap shoes with her. And then she moved away, and I don't know whatever happened of her, but I think of her often. I just think of her often. She pops in my head every so often. I'm hoping that when she does, that's when she's thinking about me. But she might not. It's okay. So as time would go on, you have to understand that as I got older and life started to happen to me, I held on to my faith. I held on to, if I kept walking with him, it was just the right path. But how to get to him so we could actually, like, be together, that was the hard part. Because I knew that I had to get closer, but I didn't know how. I had gone to, my mother was an addict, and then she decided to hop from church to church for a while. I've checked out a few different ones in my adulthood, but church never felt, that you could feel love in the church. You could feel that these people had love in their hearts, but it always confused me that they preached to us that Jesus died on the cross so we could have a direct link to his Father. But then what are they there for? If the Bible tells us this, then what are they there for? They've had us all fooled. I'm thinking they got everybody fooled. Honestly, everybody is fooled, thinking that these pastors and these preachers and whatever else, honestly thinking that, oh, they have a closer relationship with God. No, they don't. Otherwise, they wouldn't be preaching half of what they're preaching you. And I remember just looking around going, well, that's odd. He died on the cross for us so we could communicate with God, But we have to have other people who can communicate with God that we have to go through. What? I was lost. So I decided, yeah, church isn't for me. I don't look at the scriptures the way that everybody else does. Everybody else, I'm not sure how everybody else looks at it, but the way that I look at the Bible, it's literally people's actual testimony of what they had gone through, how they got to the journey of the walk with the Lord. They're trying to tell you how to go through your life so you can get to this walk. That's what the stories are telling you. That's what they're telling you. Look at what they did. Look at what they did. They just believed. 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 Is that not what every freaking story tells you? And then all of a sudden, everything changed in their life. Isn't that what every book in the Bible is teaching you pretty much? Just believe, people. Start your walk with him. It's really that damn simple. You don't need to be preached to about scripture and how it fits into your day-to-day life. He's gonna walk you through it all. You don't have to have somebody guide you. He's the only one to guide you. He didn't put some of us on this earth to take the lead over everybody and them be the few and the elite that have access to God. They're closer to God. You do hear how ridiculous that is, because they do that for one reason. Because if they don't, you would know you don't need them. You don't need to be paying them. Read the stories. Everything's in the damn journey. It gives you all the answers you need, and your whole goal of going through all of that turmoil, all of that why bad things happen to good people, literally is telling you in each of those stories. Because in the end of all those stories, they start their walk with him. Because they believed through all the bullshit that if they just let him guide, even if they didn't like it and it wasn't on their time, as long as you still believed, eventually you start that walk. And that walk with the man upstairs it's a whole different world. You see nothing the way you did before, but you do. It's you gotta come. You gotta come. Just keep believing through everything. I'm telling you, keep believing through everything. Talk to him. Ask him for strength. Get mad at him if you must. Just get through it. Every time you fail, talk to him. Just talk to him. No matter what. Because what you're going to do is you are going to cause you to have your eyes opened and get exactly what God wants for you. That's what your purpose is. And you'll find it. Just keep believing. I'm telling you. You gotta get to this side. It's amazing. And we can all get here. All of us can. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I felt I needed to share that with you tonight. I will talk to you guys in a day or two. Night. Love ya.